Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing a giveaway, but this is going to be a book giveaway. So all of these things will be included. I will go through and show you what the books are, the book sleeve. I'll tell you the rules, all those good things. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. That's one of the requirements. And yeah, let's get into the giveaway details. Okay, so I had the thought to do this as a separate giveaway because I had a book that I bought that got slightly damaged, at least damaged enough that my OCD won't let me read it. So I had a few books that I've read that I knew I wasn't going to keep. A lot of books that I do read I will keep because I do reread books periodically. But these are ones that I knew I probably wasn't going to, and then there was a couple that I found of my grandma's that I probably won't read ever. So I just thought I would do a book giveaway if anybody's interested. So like I said, all of these will be in the giveaway. I'll talk about the rules at the end. So I do have a book sleeve. This one does not have a snap or a zipper. I have a larger one. This I got off of Amazon a long time ago. This claimed it was extra large. So like it will hold like a paperback, but I don't like that it's open because things can fall out. I really bad OCD when it comes to books. So I have one, like I said, that has a zipper. And then one of these books got wet when I tried to take it traveling. So I ended up buying a second one for travel that's like faux leather. It's meant for like an iPad, but it said, I got it on TikTok shop. It said it accommodates like large hardbacks. So it's water resistant. So that'll be for traveling. But this one has never been used. It just wasn't large enough for hardback. So I thought somebody else might get some use out of it. So there's a book sleeve. They're hard to find. Everybody's going to like Kindles and things. So I feel like there should be more coming back out on the market because people are going back to physical media. So I really wish that I could find the seller that made the book sleeve that I have. I looked all over Etsy and I don't think she's still making them because when I bought that, I've had that thing for 5 or 6 years. I got to pick the fabric. She had like 20 or 30 to pick from. I got to pick the color of the zipper. It's really well made. It's extremely well made. It's very sturdy. Had I known that I wasn't going to be able to find her again, I probably would have bought a second one. So, because everybody on Etsy that's selling them are like ones from China. They're not actually making them themselves. This lady made it herself and I'm upset that I can't find it. So anyways, let's get into the book. So I have Eat, Pray, Love, which I think Julia Roberts was in the movie of this. This was one that my grandmother gave me. This is not the kind of genre that I read. So again, it's brand new. I'm assuming my grandmother read it, but it's in new condition. She may have purchased that when she like thought she was still reading, but she couldn't actually read. So like I said, it looks pristine. This is one that I did read. I took it and read it when I was still working at the salon. I read this last summer. I think I read this pretty much in one shift. It's not super long. It's the Saturday Night Ghost Club. Go into this with an open mind. It's not about what you think it is, but it's really good. It's just one that I don't foresee ever reading again. How many pages is it? It's only 206 pages. So it's really good. But like I said, this is probably not one that I will read again. So like I said, go into that with an open mind. I did talk about this a little bit when I was doing book reviews, but it's good. Where the Crawdads Sing. This is a newer one that she bought. Again, I'm not going to read this, but it's brand new. Is there a little, what is this? Looks like there was, it wasn't sitting flat. Anyways, there's that, brand new. This is one that I did read. This is The Sleep Experiment. This one gets a little bit gory. It is based on how do I explain it? In the 40s, there were some German scientists that were experimenting with like methamphetamines to like experiment with sleep deprivation on the human psyche. So that experiment was a real experiment. Went horribly wrong. The patients suffered extreme psychosis, got really violent. All the patients in that experiment ended up dying. That was a real experiment. So this book takes the premise that there's a doctor that's trying to expand on that experiment and make it be successful. So it does get a little bit gory, but it's really interesting. Again, it's not, I feel like I read this one in a couple of days. It's about 240, so it's not terribly long. It's a pretty fast read. So again, it was a good book, but I don't think this is one I will read again. So I thought I would include that. The Final Girls Support Group. I have 2 copies of this. This is the one from Thrift Books that I read. I have a hardback version that I got when I was doing the book of the month, like the subscription. So, and the reason I rebought this is because I couldn't find the hardback version. We've cleaned out our basement and I have since found it. So I'm going to give away this one. This is the one that I read. This one was decent. The best parts of this one were the flashback sequences, because this takes the premise that like the movie Halloween and Friday the 13th, those like 80s slasher movies were all based on true stories. So there's a Final Girl Support Group with all of the people from those movies. The characters have different names, but so the best parts of this were the flashback sequences when they're talking about the film like stories, but it wasn't bad. This one was a little bit slower of a read for me, but I thought somebody might like it. Again, I don't need 2 copies of it. I will keep the hardback one. This is the culprit. This is the one that got damaged. I have not read this book. I had to buy a new copy, so I do have it. I'm gonna try and read this soon. It just got wet. Somehow my water bottle leaked onto the book sleeve and the book got wet. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's brand new. Again, I have not actually read this. This is part of a series. This is the Urban Legend series. I think there's 4 or 5 books in the series. Like this one's the first one. This is Bloody Mary. There's, I think, the Black-Eyed Children. There's the Flying Dutchman, I think, was one. I forget what the other ones are. I have them saved in my Amazon cart because if it's good, I was going to get the others, but yeah, so I had to rebuy this. So I thought somebody that is not insane or had bad OCD could still read this. So that is what started this. And then this book. Again, this is one that was different than what I thought going in. This is called Mr. Magic. This is a newer book. This is from the premise. It's about an 80s kids TV show where there was like a tragedy. There was a fire. One of the kids went missing. And so they're adults. And a lot of them have like holes in their memories. And they're trying to the main character is trying to piece together what happened. The rest of the cast kind of knows what went on, but not really. Like, again, it takes a different turn than what I thought it was going to do, but it was a good book. And again, I read this one in a couple of days. I actually read this when we were traveling for 2 weeks last summer. So it's not one that I will reread. So I thought I would pass it on, but go into this one too with an open mind. Cause like I said, this will take a turn. But yeah, those are all the books. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in a book sleeve. So yeah, if you want to win those, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and then leave me a comment. Just make sure that your comments or like notifications for your comments are turned on, because I will reply to your comment with instructions on how to contact me to give me your address. Don't include your email address in the comment because TikTok will delete your TikTok. I'm not feeling well. I'm a little bit tired. YouTube will delete the comment. So just leave me some sort of a comment saying, enter me, hello, whatever. But just make sure that you have the ability to see me reply, because I will contact you little bit later. I'm going to let this run probably till the end of June, and then I'll pack the box up and ship it off. So yeah, if you like books, or even if you don't read and you have somebody in your family that does, feel free to enter, and then you can give them all of these. But yeah, we have been going through our basement and we are purging and repacking stuff. So these are all the ones that could go to a good home. We don't really have a used bookstore in Yuma anymore. Otherwise I would just donate them, but I figured I could give them to one of you guys because I know several of you do read. So yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you in another video. Bye everybody.